I hope you're good. Today is all about planting and growing. I've got one little box over here. I'm going to move it to here, which is where all the sun is. And then I'm going to try and make a few more boxes, raised beds, without floors on them. They'll go straight into the ground. And then we're going to go over to Alistair's down the road, who I met at the pub, who's kindly taking a day to give me some knowledge and help me get going in the right direction with this growing stuff. I think we're going to try and do kale, lettuce, courgette, potato, rhubarb and horseradish. I was just happy with potatoes, to be honest with you. I thought that was a bit ambitious, but he's got better plans. So I know obviously we got all this amazing wood from the larch tree last week, in last week's episode, but the thing with the woods is though, one, you have to pay attention to the seasons. You can't fight the seasons, and we have to get this stuff going at the right time. And two, I've kind of got to go with the flow with who's willing to give me help, because Alistair's kindly taking time off work. I can't very well say, oh mate, sorry mate, I got to finish putting something else, you know, I got to finish doing another job. I take the help when I can get it, and the hut will wait another week. I got to go with the flow. I got to see what's going on with the weather, what's going on with the seasons, and also what's going on with who's willing to help and when they're willing to help. Right, let's get on with it. I'm going to use some of this old pallet wood. On the narrow path, with myself and God. So I've made the base structure, and then I've added a second layer so that I can slot in, like basically fix it to itself to build up the walls. I think these are quite manageable sizes that I can move around if I need to. I think I'll leave it at that, because I don't want them to get too heavy. If they get too heavy, we can't move them around. I use too much wood as well. I don't want to use more than I need to. I'm going to leave it at that, see what Alistair says. Plus there's also less work in it. This is like a prototype box, and hopefully this will work, and then I can order all the wood to make similar sized boxes. I'm thinking about having roughly 5 boxes, one roughly for each bit of fruit and veg. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's come to help so far with CORCOVADO. I cannot tell you how much more difficult it is trying to do these simple tasks as a one-man band. So much more fun and enjoyable and productive doing all this stuff with 2 persons. But it's good to have some days alone as well. It's more than I can give. As you get into cutting this green wood, it gets so sticky in the middle. It's like really, you can tell that it's still got juice in it, it's still alive. For any of you other complete novices like me, I think working with this new wood we've cut before I go to the main event is probably actually a good way of learning how it behaves and making any mistakes now on the offcuts rather than on the main bit. So I think that was an accidental win, which I would definitely do that again on rough stuff like this that doesn't matter too much. And it's mad how creating these little shapes out of, you know, a few screws and some wood makes it look like, oh yeah, I've got a garden now. It's just a little bit of applying imagination and a little bit of work to the materials that are already there. If you can imagine it with wood, you can build it, and that's why I think it's my favourite material to work with. Before we head off, I'm going to put this up in the hut. This is the painting that my friend Jenny did the other day in the woods down Silver Birch Alley, and she's given it to me. She's taken a photo of it. If you watch that episode, you'll know I said that I would send 3 prints to 3 of you who wanted them. I know what we'll do. Why don't you tweet out this video with hashtag CORCOVADO. I'll check the hashtag. I'll pick 3 of you at random. I'll send it off to you. Change my point of view. I guess it. Voila, adding to the collection. My reading area is here. And this little candle, you can see I've completely decimated because I only really use the solar lights to get me in the dark. Oh look, I've got full charge now, nice, and it's charging. Flick them on, sort myself out, get the fire going, turn them off, and then I go by candlelight. So this is my friend Laura, who has amazing candles. I'll link them below. She gave me a few for the hut, which I'm extremely grateful for. They've been awesome. Creations, Laura Francis. The first one I've been using has lasted about 4 or 5 months, so it's pretty good by my book. Alright, let's get out of here. Oi, yes, cycle man. Go for it, Billy. Go on, Billy. This is the man, Alistair. He's going to help me out today. Learn a little bit. So you got two of these beds put my beds to shame. These are absolute giants. What's that? Is that a bed?
That's an old bed frame for growing peas up, because peas like to climb.
I see.
So just use whatever's about. These are scaffold boards.
Old the scaffolding boards I've just bought for the hut. I see you're putting the young ones to work.
Exactly, you know, got to train them up young.
So these are old scaffolding boards, just stuck straight in the ground?
Yeah, basically, what you do is level the ground off, put some pins in, some wooden pins, and then just screw to them.
Nice.
And it's simple, it just keeps it tidy and clean.
What is it that you do for work? Because is it human manure?
Yeah, it's human poo.
What do you do? Where do you get it from my toilet? Like, do you get it from normal toilets?
Basically, when you flush the loo, you know, if you're in a town, it'll go down a sewer and end up at a sewage works.
Yeah.
If you're in the countryside, you'll have a septic tank.
Oh yeah,
or a clargester, and some man comes with a lorry and sucks it out and takes it away.
Yeah.
Well, he takes that to the sewage works.
Okay.
It goes through the process. They take off all the dry solids out of it. That then gets basically digested with bacteria. Then it gets sampled for E. coli and salmonella.
Right.
Make sure there's no nasties left in it.
Yeah.
Then we take it out to land, like these fields here.
Yeah.
On the other side, that was spread with digested cake last year before
digested cake. Human poo that is no longer dangerous.
Yes.
You call it digested cake.
Digested cake.
See, I did not realise, guys, until I came down here and started learning about the real world, that that's even a thing. I thought it just all went out to sea, but this is probably a lot better than just chucking it out to sea.
Oh, it's so much better.
Yeah.
You know, it's a pollutant, or it was, and they used to pump thousands and thousands of tons of this stuff out to sea just to get rid of it. How disgusting is that?
Is it a new method, or is it something that's been around for a long time?
It's been generated over sort of the last 20, 30 years, and it just looks like a black friable compost.
Oh my gosh, this is rank, but this is real life, isn't it?
We'll find you some.
Oh really?
Over the next few weeks, I'll take you out and show you some.
Do I want to see it? I want to see it from a distance. This rabbit hole of learning about the real world just seems to get deeper and deeper, but I'm sure I'll get used to that as well, and that will seem normal to me soon as well.
Yeah, no, it's the way of the countryside. Everything's a little bit weird and a little bit different. Some
old sinks, old tyres, an old water trough, a chimney pot, flipping it. Literally, he's planting in everything. Look at these little wellies. Oh, these are the primroses that I have in the woods. I think that's what I'm finding so encouraging, is that it doesn't feel like there's a big barrier. No, just make a box.
There isn't.
Find a box, just do anything.
The wee wellies and the shoes and stuff like that. Just drill some holes in the bottom, fill it with dirt, plant something in it.
Holy moly. Oh my gosh.
What is there, about 14 tons of wood there?
14 tons? Yeah. I know where to come if I come a cropper. I could use some of this for my composting toilet, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Let's go get some seeds.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Change my point of view. I guess it do. My grey skies do turn blue.
This is the real deal, isn't it? This is a whole new world. What about sunflowers? Are they good or bad?
Oh mate, sunflowers are really good.
Can I get one of these?
Yeah, have a look and see how tall they're going to get.
3 meters? Flipping heck, let's give it a go. Why not? That sounds fun. Mate, there are 100 different carrots. What is going on?
Yeah, I think that's
one of the best beetroots. Flipping heck, what on earth is there? There's about 20 lettuces.
That's a really good lettuce.
Really? It looks terrible though.
Go for a green one if you want.
What about the ultimate mix?
Okay, you never know what you're going to get. Why not? Bit of fun.
I thought I was doing well knowing that the word for courgette, not knowing there was 8 of them. So petrol spinach.
It'll keep going till the frost kills it.
Amen. Ever ready kale. Potato. Got the potatoes. Got all the packets. Now we're talking herbs. Yeah. Thyme, yeah. Yeah, let's do a rosemary.
Break the leaf off there and give it a rub.
Oh, so that's exactly what I want. It's Moroccan mint is the one I want. Yeah. That is just exceptional. So for all of my stuff all of my seeds, all of my potatoes, all of everything, and a bit for Alistair, 65 quid. So I reckon it's 50 quid for my stuff there.
Change my point of view. I guess my grey skies.
This is the real expert. Not quite ready to plant anything yet because we haven't got the fertilizer and it's a bit too cold. But we're going to plant some broad beans, and I'm just going to make sure I actually know how to stick stuff in the floor.
Beside black and white.
And then I'll put some broad beans in because they don't mind the cold ground. Left them in to keep the ground alive.
Why does it keep the ground alive? Because it keeps things moving.
Yeah, exactly.
So even though the onions didn't work, they keep the ground moving because they're sucking in nutrients, and
Exactly.
you've got to keep it flowing.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's good, man.
You finished. That's a good hole. This is apparently basically the gardening Bible of what I'm meant to do every month of the year. I guess just the idea of it says, oh crap, what could we do this month that we couldn't do last month?
Yeah.
That's good.
You know, it's fun. Cornflower.
That's what they're called.
They are.
Ah.
They're a flower. We'll dig one out, stick it in a pot, and take it out.
Oh, nice. Wow.
You know. Good shape. Well done, mate.
Good work.
If you notice how, right, where the plant's been,
Yeah.
the soil's actually very dry and friable.
Okay, what does friable mean?
It's all broken up. Believe it or not, it does actually feel slightly warmer because it's alive and it's dry.
If we've turned it over, why are you now packing it down?
Because there's still plenty of oxygen in there.
So we sort of over created too much space, and now we get to a happy middle ground. My packing's a bit heavier than yours.
Change my point of view. I guess my grey skies you turn.
Even just getting my hands dirty, giving it a go, I'm not sure I've ever done that before. Do you know what I mean? When was the last time I actually, even living in the woods, when was the last time I actually just messed with the soil? I've got used to touching the trees and wood, but not the earth really. So it's funny when you start to work with something rather than just have a leisurely relationship with it. I guess you begin to really know, well, I guess the relationship just gets deeper, doesn't it?
It's more than I can give. It's more than I can.
And that, my friends, is planting. It's one of those things that you don't know till you know. And now we've got 6 rows of broad beans. And what, 2-3 weeks and we'll see what's happened.
Yeah. Come back, have a look.
And
It should be poking out.
And if it hasn't worked, then we just try again. Right, I think I'm gonna go back and try and finish off those boxes. I always feel lucky when the cuts are shallow like that, because it would be very long to try and drive myself out of here if I chop my thumb up or whatever. It's all right during the day because you got the odd car motoring by. This is the thing I love about wood. I get the measurements a little bit wrong. She goes. It's just that little bit of forgiving. I need a bit of forgiveness now and again. 2 rough but ready raised beds. Next week I'm away on a road trip with my parents, so there won't be a normal episode, but I will be making an update on all of the SOLVEY projects, and maybe some of my friends who are also trying alternative living. I'm still trying to figure out glass for this beast. I got offered some, but it had like lattice across it, and I'm not sure that's the effect we're going for through there. So if you have any thoughts on that, please do let me know. Otherwise, I will see you a week next Thursday, 9 PM. Take care of yourselves and look after each other.